Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Void. I'm Player One, and welcome back to Silent Hill, the Play Novel. Last time, we went ahead and filled out the flowchart, made every decision we can make, and we got the good plus ending, where we had the red liquid. But of course, I am still missing like 4 endings. And the way that this game works is I have to make sure that specific choices are chosen, and then I have to go through the whole rest of the game in order to get to said endings. Which I think we should be able to do today. I am missing the C endings and the E endings. Right? E? Yes. Okay. So C and E. And if I'm looking at this correctly, they should start here at the hospital where we first meet Lisa. I'm not sure how I didn't get this before, because apparently all I have to do is I have to slowly approach Lisa and then go to the amusement park and not go to the lighthouse. Actually, no, you know what? I've never done those and then kept going. So that's probably why. Yeah, you just gotta slowly approach Lisa and then go straight to the amusement park. And then you just keep going and you should get onto the C endings. Okay. I guess I've always just went to the end after going to the lighthouse and not just straight to the amusement park. Well, I should have my idea now. So, go here, slowly approach. Hello, Lisa. Hi. Hello. Hee hee. And now, I go all the way to the end of the game. I also go straight to the amusement park. So, I will meet you there. Ah hee ha hee ha. Okay, here we go. I've made it to chapter 16, and would you look at that? We're on a completely new branch. Somehow going straight to the amusement park brings us here. Okay, here we go. Harry, since before, I went to check out the basement like you said. Lisa? I was on the verge of passing out. Now I'm slowly getting more and more wide awake. Lisa, you went to check out the basement? Yes. Even though I was told never to go there, it was on my mind. I swallow hard. Ooh, okay. More choices. Holy moly. I don't think these are important ones for my little guide here. Listen to more of her story. And then Lisa looks down a bit and then continues to speak. Hey Harry, do you know a man called Kaufman? The image of the pudgy man I had met several times came to mind. Yeah, I have met him a few times. I believe he is a doctor at this hospital. Lisa raised her head in surprise and her eyes opened wide. And then she let out a long sigh. Yes, for a long time, there was something strange about it. Lately, especially, that I adjusted my sitting position and looked at Lisa as if I could see through her. Especially? I'm working as his assistant at this hospital. As for what is in any room, I should know better than him. I must know better. When I learned that this hospital had a basement by strange chance, he suddenly got angry. He told me to never go near there. I was scared, so I never brought that subject up again. Then he changed. It wasn't just the way he treated me. He was also irritated with everyone else, and no one wanted to go near him. I was around last summer. I quietly listened to Lisa's story. After that, he began saying things that did not make a lot of sense. Things like, "This is the end of this world," and "descent," and so on. Stuff that sounded like weird religious terms. That all humans would disappear from the world and only he would survive. That the landscapes seen by our eyes were all false. He said nothing but things like that. And then, he killed himself. Okay, the fact that the music just cut out. That wasn't in the original game. Hmm? He did what? Now I really wonder how much of this game is canon, because... Oh, okay. I was stunned. Suicide? Yes. He set himself on fire. The body was unidentifiable. I pressed my hands down on my trembling legs. That's impossible. I just met Kaufman and spoke with him not long ago. Just who was that man? Lisa looks amazed and smiles wryly while shaking her head from side to side. It was Kaufman. Dr. Michael Kaufman. I guess he didn't die after all. There were too many mysteries surrounding his death, and even the police were troubled by it. With no real proof, they concluded that it was suicide. I took a deep breath. Kaufman was alive. Maybe he switched the bodies. I don't know, but people have come forth that say that they see him recently. On top of that, they said it was inside this hospital. I was at a loss for words. Don't tell me that even you have had contact with him. I recall my conversation with him. A dream? No, I don't think that was a dream. So, he is in the basement? I thought that as well, so I fearfully went down to the basement. But after moving just a bit forward, I turned back. Just thinking about him being alive in that darkness was too dreadful. As Lisa said this, a tear rolled down her cheek. I placed my hands on Lisa's shoulders and made up my mind. Like I have told you before, I am looking for my daughter Cheryl. I don't know who this Kaufman guy really is, but does he know something about the change in this town? Lisa doesn't answer. Lisa, come with me to the basement. That might be where Cheryl is being held. Even if Cheryl is not there, if we find Kaufman, then we might be able to talk to him. Lisa thought for a bit and silently nodded. Okay, let's go then. Slightly nodded. Oh. That's a new PNG. Okay, so we are actually going through this whole bit. This is actually a chapter. Okay. I'll get these choices later. Using the flashlight to light our way, Lisa and I walked downstairs and headed to the storehouse in the basement. We entered the hidden room in the back of the storehouse and opened the heavy iron grate in the center. Lisa headed in first and I followed behind her. It's cold, Lisa mumbles to herself. It seemed as if we had ended up lost in a giant refrigerator. I couldn't imagine that a person could live down here. I thought about that again. If Cheryl is being held down here, my body trembled. Metal door. We finally reached the end of the passage. A solid-looking metal door towers in front of us. I've never gone any farther than this. Lisa's voice was shaking as she spoke. Lisa and I looked at each other and lightly nodded, and I placed my hand on the handle of the door. The skin on the palm of my hand was so frozen by the cold metal that I thought that my hand would get stuck to the handle. Lisa took a step back. I looked at the door, put my weight into hands. Huh? Put my weight into hands? And opened the door, open with one pull. The door opened with a thump. Beyond it, a passage no different than the one we had just followed extended. Complete darkness. It is completely pitch black in there. Without my flashlight, it seems that it would be utterly impossible to continue forward. I cannot understand why someone made this space so deep in the hospital basement. Look, Lisa said. Lisa? What's wrong? Wait a minute, Harry. There's something drawn on the wall. I stopped and shined the flashlight on the wall that Lisa was pointing at. This is... A familiar crest was drawn there. Does this mean something? Lisa, since you have not left the hospital, you wouldn't know, but this crest has been drawn all throughout this town. You not seen it before? Lisa looked surprised and muttered, Nope. That crest was also drawn on the floor. Upon closer inspection, I found that the mark had been inscribed in places all throughout this passage. The Mark of Samael. I recall that that is what Dahlia called it, and when my body trembled. Alessa. Is Alessa here? In this area? What did you just say? Eh? For an instant, we looked at each other in the faint light that was lighting the darkness. What did you just say? I said, is Alessa here? Lisa's face suddenly twisted in anger. Why do you know about her? No one should have told you. Oh, no one should have told you. I was thrown off balance by Lisa's sudden rage. I saw her several times before I met you. She called Dahlia Mama. Are those two mother and daughter? Lisa looked down and her shoulders shook with anger. I had no idea why. What in the world? Just what is wrong with you? I can no longer trust anyone. Lisa? I only did as I was told. Like a true believer obedient to the scripture, I continued even though I lost everything. What are you talking about? However, after all this, there is no such thing as God. There are only ugly humans, ruled by desire. Lisa said that and then forcefully pounded on the wall. So you know something. Won't you tell me, please, Lisa? Lisa smiles a bit, and then a creepy expression appears on her face. You too. You are the same as them, aren't you? Thinking that you know everything, even now. Bro, what the hell? I was not expecting evil Lisa. Who are they? Lisa? I was a fool. Lisa, what is this all about? I had an accident while I was headed to the town and lost consciousness. When I came to, I found that at some point I'd arrived in Silent Hill. However, my daughter Cheryl was gone. While searching for her, I came into contact with Kaufman, Dahlia, and then Alessa. I've already told you all of this. I don't know anything beyond that. Really. Before I finish talking, Lisa shakes her head back and forth. It's fine. I was used by that man. I know that. Maybe you are in cahoots with him. Or maybe you were used as well. I don't care. Now that I know, I will have my revenge. I continued to believe that she was really Alessa. I never thought that even that was a lie. Used or not, I don't know what you're talking about. Lisa shakes in amazement, and then Lisa's face twisted in amazement. No, don't come. I only did what I was told. Lisa's sight was fixed on someone behind me. Lisa? Why have you come for me? Shouldn't you be going after someone else? You have no reason to have a grudge against me. I timidly turned around. And at that moment, my flashlight went out, and the area was wrapped in absolute darkness. Kia! The scream echoed off the concrete walls. There was no mistaking it. It was Lisa's. Something is here. I have not heard Lisa since he screamed. I can hear a low howling and an unpleasant sound that sounds like something crunching on something. It is coming from somewhere very close to me. Okay, so this is an important choice. This will bring me to believe. Or it might be another one. I'm gonna move toward the sound. Lisa? There was no response. Every now and then, an uncomfortably warm liquid splashes on my arm. It is sticky and smells like blood, and is extremely unpleasant. Well, if it feels like blood and smells like blood, it's probably blood. I take a few steps back, and then I decide to try getting away. After a few steps, I have no idea of which way I came from. Even so, I continued to run. I try mindlessly fiddling with the switch on my flashlight. It only makes a clicking sound, and there's no sign that it will turn on. All I can do is run blindly. Those unintelligible things that Lisa kept babbling about. Lisa's attitude suddenly changed at the moment I said Alessa's name. In cahoots? One of them? I don't understand. It is that I too am being controlled by someone? What was it that was behind me? What was that existence that frightened Lisa that much? And where is Cheryl? I don't know anything anymore. If what Lisa said was true, then Kaufman might be somewhere down here in this basement. He is said to have killed himself. However, I just saw him in the bar, and we spoke. At the moment I found the small bottle in the gas tank of the motorcycle, he gave me a furious look and yelled at me. There's no doubt he is alive, and he must know something. An essential key regarding what is wrong with this town and Alessa's existence. Thud. I ran right into the wall in front of me, bounced off of it, and fell backwards. Ouch. And then by chance, my light begins to pour out from my flashlight. I rubbed the area around my lower back, stood up, and then shined the light on the wall that was blocking my path. The Mark of Samael. It was drawn very large on the door. It has the power to deny the invasion of heretics. I shined the light around the area, but the circumstances are unexplainable. I was trapped inside of a cramped cube about 2 meters across. The path I ran through to get here has suddenly vanished. In order to escape, I can only open this heavy door. I was no longer surprised, or rather, my mind was paralyzed and I was no longer able to be surprised. Perhaps saying it like that is best. What should be and what should not be have become reversed. Okay, this is the important decision. This leads to different endings. I slowly open the door. It opens much easier than I thought it would. An entrance to the deepest area. Dazzling light escapes from the inside, and I place my hands over my face and squint. But it was already too late. My body bounced like a ball, and smashed into the face of the rock several meters behind me. The vehicle that hit me crashed through the guardrail and fell down the side of the cliff. After seeing that, my mind completely shut down, and all the elements that formed me returned to nothingness. The goddamn hit by a car ending? What the hell? After all that? Man, that's lame. That's really, really lame. Well, luckily I can just go ahead and get another ending right quick. Ah, hee ha hee ha. Hee ha hee ha. But first, my cards. That is... Harry opens the door. You have the Lisa card. The Mumbler card. And that's it. Alright. And then we go back in. And then I skip through this goddamn intro for some reason, because I can't just start from here. Okay. And then we move back to chapter 16. Alright. Now, let's go back here and get the other one. I let my body go with the flow. I gave up my resistance and closed my eyes, as I felt that all my actions up this point had been controlled by someone else. I just waited for that someone to tell me what would be next. My 5 senses are sharp. A noise that I had not heard until now. Light I had not sensed until now. Something is all around me, and seems to be filling me with its incredible power. The now red light passes through my eyelids. No, it should be called a powerful, strong wave of red. It envelops me, My body temperature rises. It has come. I must recognize the existence of that great power. However, it doesn't mean that I have forgotten Cheryl. It doesn't mean that I have forgotten. I feared that somewhere in my heart. With my eyes still closed, I tightly embraced the source of that faint light. While tightly holding on, my body was wrapped in flames. As the sacred flames burned my body and reached all the way to my brain, I never let go of that existence. What the okay, so we get the hit by the car ending, and then we got the burned ending? Okay, so far these other endings have been kinda lame, not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Okay, but there's Let My Body Go With The Flow. We got the Chemicals. We got the Cafe. Okay, and then we get back here. And I'm just going to go ahead and do the other options in chapter 16, even though they don't lead to anything, just so I can fill out the flowchart and see what happens. I immediately get away. Run at full speed. Another scream echoed and seemed to cut through the air. Was Lisa attacked by something, or was she transformed? At any rate, I was unable to help Lisa. Okay, and then that's the same. And we go back here. Show her Alessa's diary. Here, look at this. Lisa suspiciously snatches it. April 15th. From today, this will be my new diary. Lisa secretly gave this to me as a present, and it means that soon I should be able to take my bandages off. A bird landed on a branch of the tree outside my window. I gazed at it for a bit. Seeing those beautiful colors, I thought again that it must be spring. I wish I could play outside like the other children. Now afternoon. Okay, we've read this before. Lisa raises her head in surprise and I ask her a question. They. Do you mean the ones written about in there? Where on earth did you get this? In Alessa's room. So she kept a diary. Even wrote about me. Lisa smiled a bit. Anyway, are they the people that Alessa wrote about in there? Lisa? Please tell me what you know. Before I finish talking, Lisa shakes her head back and forth. Okay, cahoots. Alright, and now it's the same. Alright, and then back here, about Craftsman. Perhaps I mistook the man I met for him. After all, since I have come to Silent Hill, nothing but strange things have occurred. It is as if I am walking around in a dream world. Even talking to you now, I cannot say for sure that any of this is real. Lisa shakes her head from side to side. No, it was definitely him. He is alive. He switched the bodies and hid himself. Just what was he up to? I am looking for my daughter Cheryl. Alright, and finally, this one. Hey, I didn't want to do that. No. Change the subject. I sensed that Lisa seemed to be having a hard time talking about what we were discussing, so I changed the subject. Oh, yeah. Hey, Lisa. I met a man called Kaufman in this hospital not long ago. He said he was a doctor. Do you know him? Long sigh. Okay. For a long time, I thought there was something strange about it. Okay. Yeah, and then there's that. Alright, so there's actually the whole of chapter 16. We have evil Lisa, kinda. And then we just die. So, I guess that was interesting. But now, we only have technically 2 more endings, but 1 more branching path to find to get to the E endings. And to get there, all you gotta do is, try to shoot Lisa. Yeah, I don't know why the meeting Lisa part is the important part. So yeah, we gotta go in here. No, goddammit. Gotta go in here. And we gotta try to shoot Lisa. Okay. And then it says here that chapter 13 will have a choice. So I'm not sure when something new is gonna happen, but I guess I'll just see you when something new happens. Okay, so surprisingly, yeah, we're already on a new thing. We're on a whole new world line, and it's only chapter 9. And you're saying chapter 13 gives me ending choices? We may have something huge here. Okay. After leaving... Alright, so this is after the hospital and the Dahlia bit. Apparently this is just new. After leaving the hospital, I began to walk at a loss. It's not that I am tired, but I am sick of the constant weather. I recall what Kaufman said. He is person that lives in this town, yet he did not appear to know why everyone disappeared. When I woke up, it was like this. That's most certainly what he said. Dahlia. She is a mysterious woman. She seems to be holding some secrets, but she always disappears before I can ask her anything. Her timing in meeting me and talking to me was just a little too convenient. Maybe she read the future or something. At any rate, she seemed to have predicted that I would come here. She spoke about this. And then there's Cheryl's whereabouts. Everything has been unreasonable and illogical. My irritation is increasing, and I will end up losing my cool. The antique shop? Yeah, this is it. For a moment, I was taken with the sense that someone was watching me. Without looking back, I entered the door as if I was being swallowed by it. The inside of the shop is small. Take a look around using my flashlight and find that the place is such a mess that it looks almost as if it has been ransacked by a thief. Is something here? At first glance, I don't think that there is anything here that concerns me. However, I did not miss that which was hidden behind a shelf. I moved the shelf step by step and an eerie passage leading into darkness appears. What's this? Harry! I look back toward the familiar voice. Sybil? Sybil, who should have left for the next town over to call for backup, was there. Oh, I'm glad you're okay. I shouldn't have left you. Things are worse than I thought. It's nuts. What are you doing here? I thought you left town. I saw you go in here, so I followed you. I couldn't get out. All the roads out of town are blocked. Oh god, this seems the same. This seems the same. She is quite a creepy person. As for me, she said, could no longer make it time, and such. Things I did not understand the meaning of. This is different. We then just looked at each other for a bit, each of us thinking of something. How's the gun I gave you? Sybil asked with a bright smile. There have been several situations in which I have had to use it. It seems like I have finally gotten used to using it. Well, you know you won't get over that if you don't use it after all. Sybil brushed her finger on the tip of her nose. Okay. So where is that feeling of emptiness that runs through this room coming from? My body, and the images entering my pupils. It all seems like I am in a dream and that my mind is isolated from them. Sybil's calls brought me back around. Harry. Hey, Harry. Yeah. What's wrong? Sybil looked slightly irritated and took a long breath. Then she shifted her gaze to the passage behind the shelf. What's this? Just discovered it. Maybe there's something back there. Let's have a look. Wait, we don't know what's back there. We'd better check it out first. I'm a cop, I should go. No, I'm going. Sybil placed her hand over my mouth to keep me from speaking. Even though I look like this, I am a police officer. Please leave everything to me. Think of this as my job. I remained silent for a bit and then gave in to her. Okay, please be careful. I peer inside the hidden passage. Inside, it looks like an unseen barrier of darkness has been set up, which makes it look like a place no one should enter. I intuitively sense that it would be dangerous to move into this passage. It is that kind of passage. I talk to Sybil once as she enters the passage. Sybil? Yes? Do you know anything about, well, like some other world? It's like some kind of bad dream? What are you talking about? I'm not quite sure. I try to make sense of it, but then my mind goes blank. Everything's dark there, and I hear sirens in the distance. I met this nurse, Lisa. It's like I was there, but not really. It's all a blur, like some kind of hallucination, you know. I have no idea what you're talking about, Harry. Sybil spoke while shaking her head from side to side. I was just wondering. Never mind. You're tired. Am I tired? Yes. Mm-hmm. The only thing is the sensation I'm feeling is not that of being tired. It's on the floor, sleeping continuously. Okay, this is the same. Leaving me behind, Sybil steps into the passage. I can no longer see her from where I am at. My field of vision is swaying. I pressed my back to a wall and steadily slid down until I reached the cold floor. The shadows of several of the items in the room expand and contract as the light moves. It is as if a great number of spirits are laughing at me. Eventually, those shadows pounce on me. Bodiless beings bind my hands and feet and corner me until I am unable to move. I cannot speak. One long shadow extends a tentacle towards my neck. Please stop, I implore. I hold both of my palms up, but the shadow passes through the areas between my fingers and reaches my neck. I try to speak, but only a gasp comes out that will not reach Sybil. Finally, activity in my brain begins to stop due to a lack of oxygen. I saw stars in my eyes, and then nothing at all. I lost consciousness as if I were just going to sleep. My body is freezing. Where am I? I cannot focus my eyes. That's right. This is the antique shop. I'm sitting on the floor with my back against the cold wall. I must have dozed off for a bit. My fingers are as cold as ice, and so I cannot move them normally. While chasing around after Cheryl, fatigue must have been building up without me realizing it. However, this is no time to be sleeping. Oh, I wonder how Sybil is doing. I look around the room and see that the eerie passage that was hid behind the shelf is still open just as it was before. Sybil is still in there. When she comes out, I will have her word with her. I hope she is okay. It seems like quite a bit of time has passed. I heavily stand and check the gun in my pocket, and then stand at the entrance of the completely dark passage. I have only 3 bullets left. I cannot afford to waste any. My breathing breaks the silence. I get out the gun and hold it near my temple, with it aimed at the stomach of that dark demon, and then I begin to walk forward. I'm worried about Sybil's safety, so I am guided forward by my quivering feet. After walking for a bit, I sense light coming from somewhere other than the flashlight on my chest. I leisurely turn off my flashlight and see that something is shining at the end of the passage. I rush forward. I'm running toward the light, not unlike how a small insect would. Something is there. Is Sybil all right? Or will I have to confront a monster again? There is a room at the end of the passage. Let's enter the room. The light is so dazzlingly bright that I have to shield my eyes with the back of my hand. Okay. And that's somehow gone to chapter 10. So in this one, Sybil goes in, and we have no choice of going in first. Okay. You know what? Since this is chapter 10, I have a feeling that this path is actually going to go for a bit. So I'm actually going to end it here. I thought I would finish them, but hey, we actually had whole chunks. And not just like, oh, you did the choices, here's the ending. No, we actually have whole chunks of shit. Okay. Very, very cool. And I am very glad that we are now on the last chunk. There's probably going to be some more fake-ass choices that don't actually do anything, but we're on our way to the last endings for Mr. Harold. And I am quite excited indeed. Alright. I have been Player One, and I'll see you next time when we finally finish Harry's story. Alright. Bye bye.